Yo, what's up, guys? We just set the world record on Infinite Mode. We're actually the only people ever to beat the Hidden Sand Village story mode, allowing us to unlock the Infinite Mode. So yes, guys, your boy Aloe is the #1 player in anime adventures. So that's why I'm qualified to give you this tier list. Also, I'm number 6 right now for levels, so I got that covered too. All right, boys, let's go get in this tier list. But before we do, I know you guys want those codes from the title. All right, guys, there is a new code that just dropped literally a few minutes ago. All right, make sure you guys are in a VIP server. Try this one out. It's GINYUFIX. All right, this is the first code. Make sure you guys use this. Also, guys, I have an exclusive code. However, you must be subscribed, otherwise the code will not work. All right, if you're not subscribed, the code will not work. The code is this: subtoblamspot. All right, I already redeemed it, but remember, guys, you must be subscribed, otherwise that code will not work. All right, and if you guys haven't used this code already either, release. All right, let's go hop on into the tier list, boys. Big shout out to everybody who came on the stream. And yes, all right, here we go, guys. The first tier we got is the S tier. Now, I'm gonna be upfront, guys. We don't know if we've seen all the units yet, okay? So I'm gonna be doing an updated tier list video soon if more units drop. All right, so far we added every single unit that's dropped right now that we know the stats of. All right, so first up, guys, in the S tier, the #1 best unit is Dio. Now, he may not have the highest damage in the game, but the thing is, his time stop ability allows you to slap infinite mode. Also, he is very high damage, especially for the cost. All right, next up, we have Diabolo. Now, the reason I have these two at the top is these are the units I used to be the first player ever in the world to beat the game. All right, I'm just saying, man. I was the first, and those are the units I used, so that's what I think is the best. Let's go check this real quick. One sec. Ooh, we don't need any of those, though. Dang, man, dang. All right. Diabolo is a very, very good boss-killing unit in anime adventures, so I highly recommend you pick him up. Unfortunately, mythics in this game are very impossible to get. There is no mythic pity, and guess what, guys? It's 0.25% odds, so that is a 1 in 400 chance with no pity. Next up, guys, we have some more damaging units. We have All Might and Madara. These guys are going to be heavy hitter units and are very, very good. All right, next up, we have Rengoku. Rengoku is very good for the last map on story mode, the Sands map. All right, he is a cone AoE unit that also can burn. Okay, so I definitely recommend him. Unfortunately, guys, mythics are very, very hard to get. Okay, so if you can't afford Rengoku, let's go move on to the A tier. All right, and again, guys, if you are a new player, this guy right here, get him right now. He's going to carry you through all the story modes, basically all of them. All right, we got this one right here, guys. All right, I'm gonna drop Broly in here. Oh man, he's a decent unit, guys. I probably should give him more credit, but we didn't even end up using him to beat the infinite mode or whatever we did to set the world record, so I can't say he's meta, but he may be a little bit underrated. That's why we put him at the top of A. All right, next up, we have Jotaro. Jotaro is a very good unit. Not only does he have high damage and a fast SPA, but he also has an OP time stop ability, and he's an epic, so he's very, very easy to get at 16%. Highly, highly recommend if you're a new player to try to snag this guy. He is the best epic in the game. All right. The reason I put him higher than all the other units in the A tier is his time stop is cracked. All right, next up, we have Blue Goku. Blue Goku is a very, very good unit. I use this unit, guys, here to beat the final map on story mode. I recommend him if you can't get Rengoku. Also, he is a little bit cheaper to place than Rengoku. All right, you can actually place him on the first wave skip. All right, I'll show you guys that in action right now. All right, so the first wave skip, okay, whenever it happens, I don't know, there we go, you can place him. All right, and he has a cone AoE, as you can see. Very good. Now, I have mine leveled up, so he's doing crazy damage. And I recommend you guys level up your units too, because all you have to do is beat story modes, and they basically get leveled up for free. And yeah, pretty OP. Next up, we have Pain. Now, Pain is a good unit. He has a very large AoE circle, and he also has a pushback ability, which is pretty cool. Not ability, like side effect, okay? So he's like Dio, but he pushes back instead, okay? But the problem is haven't tested him enough. He might actually be a very good unit, so I highly recommend you check him out. but I just think Dio is slightly better at the moment. Just because of how Dio's stats are laid out. Pain is a little bit harder to use, but you guys can check Pain out. Aaron summons Titans. Honestly, guys, the Titans aren't that good. I don't really recommend getting Aaron. You can if you would like to. This guy is nice. He does a lot of damage with a smaller AoE circle, but a very, very good unit. Highly recommend you guys take a look at him. All right, let's make sure we don't die real quick. I need to make sure I don't let my team down. Oh my gosh. Here we go. All right, and then Goku Rose is decent as well. I recommend Goku Blue, though, instead, because Goku Blue also has an evolution into MUI Goku, who I haven't gotten yet, who actually is impossible to get at the moment. But once we get MUI Goku dropping, I will add him to the tier list. All right, next up, guys, we have the B tier. All right, this guy is very good. Good boss killer. He's also an air unit as well. He might be the best air unit in the game, to be honest. So highly recommend you take a look at him. This guy's decent. I haven't really done a lot with him, though, unfortunately. Underhaul is a okay unit. He starts off as single target and then becomes AoE. So not a bad unit overall, guys. You can definitely take a look at him. And Inosuke is also okay. Nothing too crazy, boys. All right, let's go move on to the C tier. Now, we actually have some interesting units in here. All right, now everybody loves Sanji because of his low price. So you guys can maybe take a look at Sanji, all right? He's a decent unit. A lot of people like to use him for story mode. All right, one second. Let's make sure we're not dying still. My gosh. Decent unit, guys. So everybody recommends him, so take a look at him. I believe he burns as well. Burn sucks, though. Luffy, a lot of people like it for early story modes. Now, Sakura is an interesting unit. She's actually a buff unit like Erwin. However, I believe it's only a 10% buff, which is not very high. However, there might be an evolution or something of her coming in the future, or maybe there's a better buff unit with a higher ranking. But as it stands, she's the only buff unit I know of, but at 10%, it's not really worth it. If it was like 30% or 40%, maybe she would be in the meta tier. But as it stands, she's not really meta in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you want to check her out. That's why I'm mentioning her. This guy is who I use to beat a lot of story modes. He's really a cheap unit. I have him right now. And I'll show you actually what he looks like more. Here we go, guys. So he's single target. However, he does become full AoE here. However, it's very low damage, but a decent fire rate. So definitely a decent unit, guys, if you're a starter player and you are not able to get epics or legendaries. All right, now legendaries are honestly pretty easy to get. So you should be able to get a legendary or two if you save up your gems. All right, next up we have Piccola, who is cone AoE, but everybody in my chat told me he was C tier. So yeah, he does very low damage, like 10 damage or something. He's like a way weaker version of Goku. However, he does cost less. So take that with a grain of salt. If you do level him up to a high level, say level 50, maybe he's a little bit better. But again, everybody's better if you level them up. All right, next up, guys, we have this right here, D tier. Bro, please don't use these units, guys. Oh my gosh, do I really have to say anything? Unfortunately, guys, they did Krillin dirty. This guy used to be cracked, but they nerfed him. He used to be a very, very OP unit. Unfortunately, the devs found out and nerfed him to the ground. The rest of these guys, this guy is all right. He starts off as single target, then becomes circle AoE, but he's just not as good as any other units above. All right, and then the rest of them are just units, guys. I don't really recommend them. So there you go, guys. There is the tier list for Anime Adventures. Let me know, guys, when new units drop. I will try to add them to the tier list in the pinned comments down below. Make sure you guys use code subtoblamspot, and I'll catch you all in the next one, guys. It's your boy Blam signing out. Peace.